don't understand.
Well, I understood totally. This is a farce, in my opinion.
You did? Because we were thinking on the morning mashup, maybe we could be NFTs, like pictures of us.
Of course you were.
I don't know. I mean, you never know what's the next thing and all these things.
But that's what okay. People are so hungry
to
be like, I gotta have the next thing right before it's the next thing.
No, I'm not hungry for the next thing. I'm hungry for money.
Right.
And that you need the next thing to help you get the money.
I know, but you don't make money being the next thing unless you actually understand what things are and where culture goes. And if that's not your thing, that's totally fine.
Understanding is not my thing. Let's call it spade a spade.
It's that time again.
It is.
It's that time again to be satisfied. Welcome to another very satisfying podcast with yours truly, the last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts, and of course, Nicole Ryan. Nicole, do you have a nickname? Because
Oh no. I mean, my close family calls me Coley, but I can't picture you ever calling me Coley.
No, but because I meant like the way I go, like, oh, last professional broadcaster.
No.
Because if I was like last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts, and Coley Nicole Ryan.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. No, I'm not a child who needs like a weird intro.
Well, that's a lot of pretty important people.
Yeah, that's true. I just know I never had one. Sorry, I didn't. I how come I can't just be Nicole?
You can. You're the one who got defensive.
Okay, you're right.
Remember, you were like, "That's for children."
Yeah, I feel like it is. Like when my kids are like, "Hey, introduce me," and then they come in and do some stupid like performance that I don't give two shits about.
You don't care when they do that?
Just like, here, introducing. That's what that felt like to me.
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
When you phrase it like that, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been in the same scenario, but I like to convince myself that, oh, they must be mimicking standard adult behavior.
Ah, okay.
And you're more like, no, that's just a thing children do because it's stupid.
Correct.
All right. Well, okay. I think some things that you do are stupid.
I'm quite aware of that. I think you think more than some things. You think a lot of things I do are stupid.
No, that's true. But I think some of the things you do are so wonderful and so satisfying. And I think that's why we've kind of landed on that name.
I'm feeling it. Like the more I say it, the more I think about it, the more I marinate on it. I mean, we are satisfying. We bring satisfaction.
And we satisfy each other.
Yes.
Which is key.
Right. You want to make sure that both partners are satisfied, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure everybody gets theirs.
There's a mutual satisfaction.
When it comes to us.
Right. So I think that's where we've landed.
Yeah.
Sam and Nicole's satisfying podcast, satisfying pod.
Yeah, pod I feel like is easier, at least for like social media purposes.
Satisfying pod.
Because satisfying is a long word. So if we do satisfying podcast, then it's obnoxious.
Yeah, I always need you to the syllables.
Yeah.
The syllables
yeah,
are also.
Yeah, and I like to shorten things. Yeah.
I get that. You don't like to shorten everything. I was marveling actually this week at and I've done it before, I think.
Yeah.
I've had conversations with you about it, about the way you handle your social life, because we went to a lovely dinner.
We did
on Sunday, and for me, that was the social event of the whole weekend. Like it was literally, Jim and I don't work on Fridays,
right?
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's like what are you doing this weekend? Well, on Sunday we're going to dinner, but that's it.
No.
Obviously, we'll hang out with the kid. We'll do stuff with the family. We'll be around the house. But in terms of having to actually go and do something.
That was the thing.
Yeah. And then I look, right? And like, I know you had told me, but I hadn't put two and two together, that you were going to some wedding that you had to like drive a long distance to. And then and I'm looking at Instagram and I'm like, wait, this is happening now. Like this, not only the same weekend, but like the same day that we're going to go hang out.
That's how much I love you and care about your satisfaction, that I planned a dinner after driving 4 hours from a wedding that I was bombed at and running around at all weekend long. Then drove all the way home from Rhode Island, sat down for a second, got showered and dressed, and went to meet you.
Jesus.
I mean.
And you looked refreshed and satisfied.
I was not refreshed at all. Right. And my husband was not pleased with me. He may or may not have asked to cancel that dinner or reschedule.
But that would have been fine, because I would have done the same thing.
You would have.
I would have said that, like, I've had fights with my wife about, like, when it's just, I start getting calendar alerts.
Oh, she said, I see, I need to start doing that.
Right. Where I'm just like getting calendar alerts. And I go, it's too much. Half have to go. At least half have to go. I don't care what they are.
Yeah.
And of the half that remain, I'm only going to half of those.
Yeah. I got in a bit of an argument with Matt this morning. He was not happy. Because we have another thing tonight that we're...
Oh, my God.
So he's just like, it's enough. And we do. I am the social calendar keeper. I pack the things too much. If I'm asked to do something, I feel like it's because those people love me and want to spend time with me.
Which is great.
Right. Like, sorry for being popular. But I know I don't... I'm sorry, I did.
Yeah.
I feel like I want... Like, if somebody wants to spend time with me and I love them, I want them to be satisfied.
Right.
I want them to be... I don't know. I want them to like love me and keep, I don't know. I care about what other people think, I guess.
So so it's more like, oh, for whatever reason, this person loves me. If I don't show up
right
and entertain them and give them some kind of great conversation, because even like it was driving me crazy. Like there were times where your husband, who I've known
for a long time,
for like almost 15 years.
Yeah.
We're sitting at the dinner table and he's asking me like, small talk dinner questions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
I think he was on autopilot. He
I
was
know,
so tired. He just was so tired.
But guess what? Just sit and eat.
Yeah.
You don't have to at this point.
No, you do. What's the point? We're not going to go and eat and sit in silence.
Well, I'm saying that if you're going to like, oh, so how's business? Like, get out of here.
That. He did not say
it was the spirit.
It was the spirit of how's business.
It was the spirit of it.
Okay.
And and that's the vibe I was getting where I was like I wasn't rude because I like him. There were other people I would have been rude to. Like, why would you ask me that question?
Yeah.
But it was like, as he was asking me, I was like, what are you doing?
What's happening? Did you say that to his face?
No, but then I told Travis, like,
who
was with
he
us,
doing?
like, why is he asking me just these questions?
It's my fault. It is my fault. I overpack things, and I feel like I love these people too, and I want to make sure that, you know, people feel loved. And so if they ask to see us, I'm like, oh, I'll figure it out, even if it means that I'm going to be exhausted and running around and it's going to make my schedule and my head nuts.
How far will you go, though? Like, if somebody is like, oh, we got to hang out, will you go, that's right, and then pick up the calendar and
that's
like
part
actively...
of the problem.
Right.
Yes, so that's part of the problem. So I will do that. And then I've gotten better. Now I'll say I need to call and ask him, right? I need to call and ask him. But like, I usually don't. I'm like, I say, we're doing this on this time. Cool. Like, it's not like, hey, is this cool? Because if it was up to him, he would do nothing.
Yeah, I get
Meanwhile,
that.
half the things that I'm planning are with his friends.
Right.
But he just feels like it's too much. So this morning he called me. We had this thing tonight. He goes, I'm canceling this. It's too much. I cannot go out and drink and eat and be at a social event again tonight. I'm done. I'm old. I have kids. And I was like, oh, so I have no kids? Then when I started... I wasn't gonna say the old part, but like I just felt like I don't know. I get over it. Like sorry you have people who love you. Sorry that I like to be social. Sorry I like to go out and be with friends.
Do you like it?
I don't like. Yes, I'm getting to myself a little bit. Like I am. It's too much. I do like it though. Maybe I could go one notch down for myself. For him, he just wants to sit at home and do nothing now.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of. You create a life.
Yeah.
Or at least I do. Like create this bubble around you with everything that you like in it. So you don't have to leave the bubble. And then when people want to come in the bubble or want me to leave the bubble, it's almost like...
That is not how life works. You don't create the bubble so you don't leave the bubble.
Why else would you create it?
Because a bubble is like a safe space, like that you can always return to the bubble, but you don't stay in the bubble. That's like jail. The bubble is jail. So you've created...
Jail's not a safe space. I've seen 60 Days In. I'd be...
Yeah,
get me out of here.
You've created a prison.
A prison of pleasure.
A pleasure prison.
I'm in a pleasure prison.
Okay.
On the reg. I don't mind staying in a pleasure prison, though.
No?
No.
What would you need in your pleasure prison?
Okay, that's a good question. In my pleasure prison, I would need my streaming services.
Okay. Ditto.
Internet.
Mm-hmm.
My studio. This is why I built it in the house. Studio.
Right, part of the pleasure prison.
Part of the pleasure prison. Yeah, probably PlayStation because they want to play Texas Chainsaw.
Do you need your family?
Well, they're in the pleasure prison with me, of course.
They're just a given.
Yeah, and you'd have to ask them what they need in their pleasure prison as well.
I mean, I feel like I need good food because I live to eat. I don't eat to live.
But like, even, and I don't need that. If you just give me a pill with sustenance.
I know, you're fine. I enjoy the act of eating.
Right. I don't think I would have gone to the wedding.
Okay, so I can't do that.
If I were you.
So this is what happened. So I was supposed to actually go down to Florida to see the Dolphins-Giants game.
Oh, I was about to say.
So I
just go to the zoo or something.
I
want to go see the Dolphins.
No. I made plans to go down to do that with some cousins, with some families, and our family, forgetting that I had my stepsister's wedding. So
she's your stepsister.
She's my stepsister.
I guess that is important.
I couldn't cancel it. I had to go. I mean, it's a family member.
Where does she live?
She lives in New York City. But
so what's she doing out there?
It's a beautiful place to get married, Newport. It's a beautiful place.
It's
far, but it's beautiful, and a lot of people like to get married there. It's a huge place for like a huge wedding destination place. Anyways, so once I realized I had to cancel that whole trip because I overbooked, I double booked.
How old is she?
30.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just because if she were older, I think it'd be inappropriate to have a destination thing.
Okay.
Unless it was like we're all taking a week off.
Also, it's not like destination. Like she didn't ask us to go to Italy.
Well, that's what's annoying. If she had asked to go to Italy, we could all work out a vacation around it. But it's not enough of a destination to do a whole thing.
Right.
But it's too much of a destination. Right. I have to stay overnight. Now it's a whole thing.
Right. So then I got rid of that plan, ended that plan, disappointed a lot of people, which I hate doing. It's still eating at me, right? Because they wanted to have fun with me and Matt.
Did they? I mean, are they really that disappointed?
They're my cousins. They're my family. I love them.
Right.
So then we got all these plans settled. And then Matt's a whole thing that, we have got to get the hotel. This is going to cost us a fortune.
I'm with that.
I mean, get over it. Okay.
You think so?
Yeah. Then your wife and Travis's wife texted me like, let's do a birthday celebration because the girls had birthdays. Let's go out to dinner. I was like, yes, let's do this. And this was the only night that worked when we gave all of our dates.
But I get that on an individual thing, but it seems like it comes up a lot. Like you're a person who, like you travel all the time, especially in the summer. Yeah, which I get. You're in an apartment in New York City. Who wants to stay there? No one.
So in the city, it's like baking garbage in the heat. It's fucking gross in the summer.
But it's like, when do you just get to stop?
I'm trying to be better. Okay.
You are.
But I'll start now, but I have to finish out the plans I've created. I have to finish. I had to first clean up.
Look, I'm going to get sober after football. I'm done.
Then I'm done.
After football, I am finished.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Yeah. I have to clean up this mess that I've created first. So we got through the dinner, which is not a mess to me. It's a mess to Matt. He had a blast. I had a blast. We had so much fun.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah, it's given.
That's fine.
But now I have something tonight that he tried. So he sent a group text and said that, so sorry to disappoint. This is not going to work out. And I just wrote a long text apologizing. And I just wrote, this was Matt's decision. Meaning like I was coming. I threw him under the bus in 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm not.
You wrote this as Matt's
decision?
No,
because my thing is if you commit to something, and he did say yes to this, these are some of his friends also. You can't just commit to things and constantly cancel on people and do what you feel like when you want, because people are banking on you. They're depending on you to be at that thing. They asked if we could go to this event. They got us on a list to go to this event, and now you're like, fuck you, I'm tired? You can't do that.
I mean, I guess, but if you weren't coming to something I invited you to and there were a bunch of people coming, I'd be like, oh, that sucks, and I'd move on.
No.
I wouldn't be like, oh my God, Matt and Nicole, we're going to be the entertainment of the evening.
Well, guess what the first text I got was? What? Come on, guys, you don't think you can power through?
You got bad people in your life.
No, they're not bad. It's because we're just loved. And I love them, and I want to be with them.
You want to power.
I got to power, so I'm powering through. He's not going.
He's not.
I got a new +1. I'm going to be tired as fuck, but it's going to be a blast.
Oh, you can't do that.
I'm doing it. And Matt said it's fine.
But aren't you going to be mad at him?
No, I'm over it. I already said. I just said, I don't want to talk anymore. Stop fighting me. And I wrote, fine, I'll never make a plan again. I understand. It's a lie. I'll make tons of plans. Of course. But I'm going to try to be a little bit more conservative with the planning. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, but I mean...
You told me you've gotten in trouble before for not only not wanting to be at these things, but then sometimes when you're there with them, you will just disappear.
No, at the house.
So if somebody comes here, if you have friends over here, you'll just sometimes be like, fuck you, and walk away?
Well, if they're not my friends.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Because at a point, it's like, here's what happens. There's this thing that a lot of people do these days where they don't read social cues and they just stay forever.
Right. Those people are annoying. I agree.
And it's like, at a point, especially, it's Sunday, and it's a lot of it's daytime plans. Daytime plans, because the way I take things on as they go. I think that's why I'm able to get so much done.
Yeah.
Whatever's right in front of me, that's what we're working on. I'm not even thinking about the next thing until this thing is done. One thing at a time. No multitasking ever, ever, ever.
All I can think about is what I have the rest of the week and weekend right now. Now I'm thinking about all the things I have.
And whenever you've said, what are you doing this weekend?
Yeah.
My answer is always, I don't know.
Well, I know.
Right.
And it's packed.
I mean, thank God my wife knows.
Right.
Right. But unfortunately for her, because I don't know, we may get to the time where she's like, okay, we got this weekend. I'm like, I'm not doing any of it.
Yeah, you just look at her and say, fuck you, is basically what you say.
I don't say that.
Yeah, but that's
That'd
what you're...
so rude.
But by saying, I don't do any of it, is saying,
I can't.
Fuck you.
I can't
You can.
I can't.
You're a grown adult, and you can't just walk out of the... I would murder Matt if he just was like, peace, and just like went in the other room and watched TV.
I don't just go and watch
what
TV.
Do you do?
I do very productive things for the household. Sometimes watch TV. But the point is that when I turn off.
Okay, I need to know something.
Okay.
So you walk out, right? So their friends over.
Well, I don't walk out like, huh. But
you
there's this
silently
time
escape
where it's like, we're not doing anything here.
Yeah.
The conversation is just not invigorating in any way, shape, or form.
Fake it.
I can't do that. I got too much to do. Okay? I got way too much to do to fake a conversation more than like twice a year, especially for an extended period of time. I am great with when we get to work. All the doorman, the lady, they love me.
You can finger gun
when we go to a restaurant, when we go into the pizzeria, Sam, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Hey, you too. And I'm leaving now,
right?
Because it's a transactional experience that I know has a defined end.
Yeah.
I sit there and I go, I'm going to start this conversation that I don't care about.
Right.
And there's no end in sight.
Right.
And if I even, like, the last thing that I want to do when I'm ready for it to be over is inject something into a conversation that'll go like, oh, we're having a good time now. Because then you won't realize it's time to go. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it's like, oh, things have really dried up, we should leave. That's great.
Right.
But if it's like, oh, I thought we were going to leave soon, but we're having so much fun, we should stay a while. Then it's like, what did I just do?
Right.
What did I just do?
So you're so entertaining. You got to take yourself out of the equation.
I'm incredible.
In case they want to stay because you're so fun.
Well, when you phrase it like that, it makes me sound like a maniac.
I mean,
But I'll go like, okay, we're talking or whatever. Odds are my wife is handling the majority of the conversation at that point. And then at some point, I'll be like, oh, like I just kind of walk off to go take care of something.
Go watch television away from these friends.
And then, yeah, there have been times where I don't come back.
Okay, and then when she comes in for 2 seconds, excuses herself to go to the bathroom, goes in and sees you with your hands behind your head, feet up, watching wrestling. Yeah, or maybe your hands down your pants.
Right.
That would be
Al Bundy.
Yeah. Does she get mad? Does she say, please come back?
What are you doing? She'll say.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay.
And I'll go, I had to go.
Okay, and then what? Do you come back?
I had to, and then, yeah, I'll come back because a lot of times it's not, yeah.
All right, so okay.
But what
are you doing? You will get reprimanded in that way.
I'll get reprimanded there, and I will get reprimanded because, I will do that thing when the calendar invites are coming.
Yeah,
no. She'll go, you can't just, she has actually said that to me. You can't just leave when there's people here.
You can't.
And I'm like, well, I don't have anything to contribute.
You do. Why do you mean you don't? You're a human being. You're a grown adult. You can have a conversation. You do it for a living.
I know, but then I look sometimes at these conversations and it's like, I have nothing to contribute here. I'm not interested in contributing. Like, there's nothing from me here of value. I got to go away.
You don't got to go do anything. You've convinced yourself of that. You also told me that you feel like you can't fake it a second ago, right? You can't fake it. So you can't just have a conversation with somebody and make the small talk. Like if they say something that you don't agree with, you're going to go in on them.
No. I mean, if they say something I don't agree with, that's generally because, okay, well, are you asking if somebody says something generally disagreeable, or if somebody says something that I'm like, yeah, what are you talking about? Which one? Because generally disagreeable will get me right back in.
Okay.
Right? If I'm at a gathering.
The latter I think I'm talking about.
Because that's how you get me back. If I'm at a gathering.
Right.
And somebody makes any kind of political statement.
Right.
I'll drop everything. Go tell me more.
Yeah, because you love the awkward.
I mean, it's the best.
It's not the best. That probably makes your wife miserable.
She's like, why are you doing this?
Oh my gosh. I just don't I don't understand.
But then if we're with people and I don't like them, that's when it gets like,
right.
I'll shut down immediately.
You can't physically hold yourself back from saying something rude or shutting down. Like you physically cannot do it. You can.
I mean, presumably I could.
You choose not to. And I think you're a sweetheart.
Thank you.
And that is such a douchebag thing to say and do.
I mean, it's just like there are character traits.
Yeah.
That people have.
Yeah.
Where instantly. It's not about like, oh, this person said this or holds this opinion or whatever it is.
Right.
It's character traits. It's like know-it-allness. Yeah. It's I'm going to inject an opinion on everything you say no matter what.
You don't like that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hate it.
Okay.
Because it's like if I'm speaking to somebody with any sort of advanced knowledge on anything.
Right.
It's all questions. Oh. What about this? Oh, okay. I see. It's taking in information. Mm-hmm. Imagine if I was like, yeah, well, da-da-da. How would you know? Why are you adding to this thing that this person has an advanced knowledge in?
Because I can, because I'm still a person who can have an opinion about something, and I want to be a part of the conversation, and I'm here in this social gathering to take part.
The idea of meeting an informed opinion with an uninformed opinion is maybe the most infuriating thing in the world.
That's what Matt gets mad at me about that too. Like sometimes like I'll have an opinion about maybe something that's happening in the world. And he's like, where'd you hear that? Instagram?
I wouldn't do that with my wife.
Well, he does. He's a fucking douche. But but the thing about it is I can still have feelings or an opinion about something that I'm not completely knowledgeable about, especially if I preface it by saying, listen, I don't know much about this, but what I know on the surface, this is how I feel.
That's fine.
Okay?
That's fine. And then you take in. Right. But I'm saying like if somebody goes like, I've been studying rocks, right? I love studying
big rock
rocks.
Guy.
Yeah, big rock guy. I'm an old school rock guy.
You are.
Right? I've been studying rocks. And as it turns out, sedimentary rocks are actually really bad for you. And then you hit me back immediately with, I don't think they are. Okay. Oh, you don't?
You don't?
Cool.
Then what would you say? So let's say this actually happened.
I'd go downstairs. I'd leave the room.
No. I feel like...
well, then we're done.
You're done.
What are you talking about? You don't think that? What do you know about rocks?
So this is what happens inside this rage.
What do you know about rocks?
Right. So that's what. But maybe you should say that, not so meanly and aggressively.
Know. There's only one way to say it.
Yeah. What do you mean?
What do you know about rocks?
But what about?
Why would you say that? I turned into Sebastian Maniscalco. Why would you say that?
Wait, but why can't you just like skew it a little bit, like pivot a little bit, and still say that? But like, okay, where are you getting that from? Like,
but for. You know how I am.
I know.
And I can't be, because because that's not a genuine sentiment.
Right.
And I'm a fairly genuine person in the sense that when I'm not being genuine, it's like layered in sarcasm.
So you rather
it's more like this. Oh, you don't think so?
Oh, okay.
Right. And that's like, now I'm making enemies.
I don't want that either. Yeah.
Now I'm making enemies.
So you're probably better off just slipping out, putting your feet up, hand down the pants.
Right.
Other hand behind your head and watch something, waiting for Jess to come in and say, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And I go, it was for the better.
Yeah.
Because I'll also and I didn't even realize that it was so clear to people who know me. Like we've been in gatherings with people where somebody brings a new significant other or something like that. And like Jess will know the moment that I've shut down.
She can see it in you.
It's gone like from active to completely inactive and there's no coming back.
Is it ever because you're just like tired and not in the mood and not because you don't like them or you don't agree with them?
No, because
you're
like
always
fun conversation just revs me right back up.
Right.
Like
Okay,
I like that. I like talking to people that I like.
Right.
You
so
and
you'll
I
know if Sam doesn't like you next time you're in a room with him, because he's just gonna.
I won't be in the room.
He will go watch television.
I won't be there.
One time, I found Matt in the bathroom. So we have 2 bathrooms in our apartment. He was in the bathroom, so he shut the door of our bedroom, but not the bathroom door. I don't know if he really had to take a shit or not. Maybe he had to, so I don't want to like try to be like liar if you had to go to the bathroom. But he was in there for a really long time. He was clearly done, but he was just sitting there reading his phone, so he didn't have to come back out with the company that we had there. And I came in and said, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I'm shitting."
And you need to understand. And by the way, this could be a commonality because I've had this conversation with my dad.
Okay.
Who's 100% on board with my exact same way of thinking without us ever.
Just leaving the room? You're just out? Just disappear?
Because it's my contributions would be so much less polite than me not being there.
Right.
That you trust me, this is a net win.
How long do you give it? Do you give it like a good old college try? Like, do you really give it like an ample opportunity for it to be a good experience?
Well, like yes. I mean, if.
Do you?
Yes,
Okay.
but I'm very aware of cues.
Yeah.
And knowing like, oh, like instantly, like, there are things people can do really quickly.
Yeah.
To make me go, that's who you are.
And I'm done. That's a
I'm
wrap.
done. I'm done. I'm not going to be rude to you.
Cut.
Goodbye.
Yeah. When the social cues, that is annoying. We do have people overstay sometimes. Although we love to have people over. We love to like entertain. But when people are overstaying and it's like, I'm done, we're like done watching the game, like the football game's over, like the food is done, we've eaten the dessert, go. You got to learn to be like, oof, I am bushwhacked.
I mean, I've never understood the person that will stay in your residence after this. Well, the leg slap and the... There's
like a little stretch. Oh,
it only means one thing.
Exhausted.
We're transitioning to the next phase,
Right.
which is...
Yeah.
You leave.
And so then I have some people who will then get up, go to the fridge, get themselves another beer. I'm just going to finish this real quick. And I'm just like, I just said I was bushwhacked.
Yeah.
Did you not hear that?
Yeah.
Do I not look bushwhacked?
Right.
I'm exhausted.
Nicole, you entertain
I know.
all day.
Yeah.
You're always entertaining. You're on. On. You do need to let your brain recharge. That's all I do. I'm a wonderful person.
You are a wonderful person, if you don't say so yourself.
But I know, I'm aware of that, luckily.
Yeah.
But I do set boundaries.
I'm not good at setting boundaries.
Right. And everybody says setting boundaries is a healthy thing.
I know. I'm learning to set them more. Like one of my, obviously we're coming to the end of 2023, but at the beginning of 2023, one of my resolutions was to say no more to things. And I've done a horrible job.
Well, I mean, you spent your entire youth saying yes to everyone.
Everything. Every drug, every dude. No, you know what? I just want
every scenario.
Every scenario. Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea, but let's do it.
Let's do that. It sounds like a bad idea, but how would I know if I've never done it?
Exactly. And truth, I ain't got no regrets. I feel like that's why I don't ever, even though I joke about it would be nice to sleep with somebody else besides my husband. I know we joke about that, but I feel like I experienced it all.
Right.
Like I got all the fuckies out. I got all the partying.
You got all the
fuckies
out?
I mean, a good amount of fuckies. So I feel like I experienced different types of guys, different types of situation, different types of sex. So I feel like
micro penis.
So I don't feel like I'm missing out. It's not like I'm not that girl who fell in love with her high school sweetheart and then never got to sleep with anyone else.
That's right. Like Kesha said in that Macklemore song.
What was the lyric?
All the love we won't forget, and all the sleepless nights we won't regret.
That right there.
Because someday soon your whole life's gonna change.
Right.
You'll miss the magic.
Yeah.
Of these good old days.
Why do you know everything?
I love Kesha.
I love her too.
Yeah.
Last time we had her on the show, she was not well, but I mean, she did go through a whole thing.
You ever heard that song, Praying?
It's one of my favorite songs ever.
Same.
I mean, next week, I want to blast that in the car ride home.
Oh my, I mean, it'll be in Apple favorites or whatever, recently played.
Oh, it rips me to shreds.
Yeah.
And what a set of pipes.
She's incredible.
Wait, we also need to listen to Melissa Branch. Is that her name?
No.
Wait, 1 second. Michelle.
You nailed it.
I'm so sorry that I said Melissa.
Yeah.
I'm like an old lady.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, Melissa Branch.
By the way, Michelle Branch is like, you were an old lady 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, you were talking about a couple episodes ago that how much you love that one song.
Well, you like Melissa Ethridge.
Do love. I mean, Come to My Window.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt almost got in a fight with her.
With Melissa Ethridge?
You don't know about this?
I don't think so.
I hosted New Year's Eve for this brand that paid me a lot of money to host in Times Square. And he was at the place that the company that was working for, their after party was at. I think it was maybe Hard Rock. Mm-hmm. And he saw Melissa Ethridge and I had the same management. So he saw Melissa and he walked up and was like, hey, because like I know Melissa. So he was like, hey, I'm Matt Ryan. I'm Nicole Ryan's husband. You know, we're excited to see you perform. She was singing Imagine that night in Times Square. It was going to be this like amazing thing.
Was going to be.
It was going to be, and then he ruined it because he was bombed.
Okay.
Way overserved, per usual. He ended up like saying all sorts of profanities to her because the girl was like, yo, dude, you creep, like get away from me. Turns out it wasn't Melissa Ethridge. It was some waitress.
Oh my God.
That he thought was Melissa Ethridge. And that's why she was like, you creep. So then when they finally got him.
Melissa, I love your shit.
So finally he then on the way, there was like a somebody who was helping him get through the crowd to my trailer. He then starts a fight after that with Ryan Seacrest.
The real Ryan Seacrest?
The real Ryan Seacrest. Who
or
he was
coat check guy.
No, it was actually Ryan Seacrest and then his two bodyguards, because obviously Ryan Seacrest is so little, he needs two huge bodyguards.
Sure.
We're like, are you sure about this, sir? And like step to him.
Oh my God.
And then
why did he get in a fight with Ryan Seacrest?
I don't know. I just think he was like on one because he was pissed at Melissa.
The waitress who looked like.
Right. So then.
Who probably didn't really look like her.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
She maybe had blonde hair. Right. And so then whatever, we skipped to, so the handler that brought him was like, your husband's a mess. I can't deal with him. And I was like, I'm so sorry. So then we get to, it's the time when she's going to sing Imagine and we're in the front row. Melissa Etheridge's kids are there. They're right behind us. And she gets on stage. Imagine is a soft song. And Matt is screaming, fuck you, Etheridge. Fuck you. And I'm like, and she just looks down and she like waves. And she sees me. She makes eyes. Looking and pointing to that guy, like, who is that guy? And the kids are like, why are you saying that to my mom?
Your children were...
No, not Melissa Etheridge's children.
Melissa Etheridge's children.
I can't believe I never told you this story. It was fucking brutal. So me and Ethridge do not have a relationship anymore. She's not a fan of Matt. So thanks for that, Matt.
Yeah. No, I could see where that wouldn't work out so well after that.
Yeah. So I do love Melissa Etheridge. And Michelle Branch is okay. Prefer Melissa, but she does not prefer me.
I get that. No, I really get that. Are you gonna watch? Are you into? I mean, as much as celebrity stuff as you're into.
Yes.
Do we like the gimmick fighting? Like, are we following Logan Paul and Dillon Danis?
I mean, I like following Logan Paul because he's cute.
Because he's cute.
But that's it. I don't know who this Danis dude is.
You don't know anything about Logan Paul and Dillon Danis, and Dillon Danis keeps talking about Logan Paul's fiance, and she's suing him, and there's a fight this weekend. And...
No, is Logan fighting him this weekend?
Yes.
Is Logan the one that's with what's her name, the model?
Yeah.
She's from Denmark.
Yeah.
She used to date Leonardo DiCaprio. They just got engaged. Okay,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah. But I mean, I can't believe it.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Wait, so the guy that he's fighting is talking shit about the model.
So like, Dillon Danis is the guy that he's fighting.
Right.
And that's his name.
So Dillon is talking shit about, what's her name? I need her name. Come on,
yeah,
dude.
I forgot.
Come on, I can do it. I can come up with it before you Google it.
Logan Paul's fiance.
I see her face right now because I've followed her. She used to be a Sports Illustrated model.
Nina.
No, not Dobrev.
Nina Dobrev.
No, Nina.
Degrassi alum, Nina Dobrev.
It's gone. I can't. It's not coming.
Agdal. Nina Agdal.
Yeah, you're probably saying it wrong. Whatever. Nina.
I'm Agdal.
Agdal.
That's exactly what I said.
I don't know. Sounds weird. Whatever. Okay. So this Dillon guy.
This Dillon character.
Smack. Is he like he's the actual like real like big fighter?
Well, so Dillon Danis is an MMA fighter.
Okay.
You know, Logan Paul is Logan Paul. They have a boxing fight, except Dillon Danis started just going ham, tweeting out photos like every day of poor Nina with different celebrity men.
Wait. Why is there so many pictures of her in celebrity beds?
Celebrity men.
Oh, so her with them being like, you're a whore.
That was the implication.
That was the implication. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying like in their beds. Like I was like, how's he getting nudes of her with all these men?
No, they were clothed, the ones that he posted.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I mean, he wouldn't stop talking about her.
Right. That's messed up.
To the point where, like, it's the first time I've ever, I think, heard of a scenario where in this pre-fight buildup that I think is usually at least half fake.
Yeah.
Like, there's lawsuits already being levied.
Well, I feel like a lot of people are lawsuit happy these days.
You think so?
I mean, like, who's making is like she's suing him for like what? Like
she's filing a restraining order.
Okay, but is he going near her?
I don't think so.
Because I tried to file a restraining order against Matt's ex-wife, and they were like, if she's not threatening to kill you, then we can't get one.
Why'd you try to file a restraining order against her?
She was torturing me. This is when we first met and we first started dating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not that easy to file a restraining order. Maybe it is if you're like a celebrity like Nina Agdal, whatever you say her name. But no, you know what I'm saying? Like it might be easier. There might be a loophole, but it is not easy. They have to be threatening you in some way. Right now, it just sounds like he's parading these pictures, trying to like poke the bear.
Yeah, and I mean he has poked the bear for sure because Logan Paul is having a tough time right now. He got CoffeeZilla exposed.
I don't know what's CoffeeZilla.
CoffeeZilla, he's a big YouTuber.
Okay.
That exposes like scams.
Okay.
A lot of the times.
Logan, a scam artist
in the crypto space. And Logan did a lot of questionable stuff with his crypto. That's left a lot of people who invested based on what he thought with nothing to show for it.
So that sucks.
So yeah, it was a very damaging thing for Logan Paul, and most people feel like he still hasn't kind of come out on the other side of that.
Yeah. Didn't that happen? It's a different scenario, but didn't Kim Kardashian get in trouble for that too?
Well, wasn't she part of the like Bored Ape Club people? Or no?
Yeah,
or did she have her own currency?
No, I think that sounds familiar to me. And then she just like kind of blindly like represented it type of thing.
All the celebrities were. When Bored Ape came out, that was like at the height of the NFT phase.
Yes.
Like the craze, I should say.
Yes.
Like during the pandemic. And I mean, I remember from the beginning going like,
I don't understand.
Well, I understood totally. This is a farce, in my opinion.
You did? Because we were thinking on the morning mashup, maybe we could be NFTs, like pictures of us.
Of course you were.
I don't know. I mean, you never know what's the next thing and all these things.
But that's what okay. People are so hungry
to
be like, I gotta have the next thing right before it's the next thing.
No, I'm not hungry for the next thing. I'm hungry for money.
Right.
And that you need the next thing to help you get the money.
I know, but you don't make money being the next thing unless you actually understand what things are and where culture goes. And if that's not your thing, that's totally fine.
Understanding is not my thing. Let's call it spade a spade.
I mean, it feels very like, well, what if the morning mashup was NFTs? And then we made money.
Oh. Well,
like, can you explain any further?
Not making it from the company, so let's just try. You can't hurt.
NFTs.
Let's do it.
So did you make yourself?
No.
Yeah, because I mean, what does that even mean?
I don't know. Then it was like that Justin Bieber like monkey one that's like he bought for $2 million.
That's what it. Bored Apes.
Oh, Bored Apes. Okay, so
Bored
that
Ape
one's
Yacht
worth
Club.
like 20 grand now, and it was $2 million he bought it for.
I mean, I remember like there's this company Stockx who got in a little bit of trouble because they sell sneakers. That's what they do.
Right.
They're a sneaker stock market reselling place. It's a good business. But they started selling NFTs of shoes.
Yeah, like.
And it was like, number one, you don't own the intellectual property. Like, that's not your shoe. That's a Nike shoe.
Yeah.
And number two, the NFT of the shoe, which also included the actual shoe, was more expensive than the shoe.
Right.
And it's like, well, just get the shoe.
Right. Yeah, you want this shoe.
Right.
Right, like your shoes. Show them, display them.
Shoes.
I don't want the picture of the shoe.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I got pictures of shoes.
All right. So Logan.
Well, and so then I mean, when this thing, I'm watching this clip from Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And it's him and I don't even remember which celebrity, Paris Hilton or something.
Okay.
And they're both talking about their Bored Apes and like showing off their Bored Apes. And I'm going, this is an infomercial.
Yeah.
Like this is what's going on? Like, why are we pretending we don't know what this is? And then I would go in and people would go, no, because if have this NFT, you get invited to this party, right? That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
If you have the NFT, you're in this club and then you get this invite. And I go, this is the exact same thing that Billy McFarland did before Fire. When he was like, buy this metal credit card and then you'll be in this club.
Then he had poor guys sucking dick for a bottle of water.
You see what happens?
That poor schmuck. And didn't he...
You see how quick it goes downhill?
It really does. I don't think anyone was sucking dick for an NFT or
You were almost there.
I was almost there. You're right.
You can have the morning mashup performing fellatio for bottled water?
No, I would never do that. I'll just do it out of the goodness of my heart. Wait, okay, so he's in a deep rut about this, right? He's still going through a hard time. So now this fucker, Dillon, is saying horrible things and doing horrible things. She's trying to get a restraining order. He probably feels like he can't protect her. Right. Now he's got to fight him this weekend.
But they're still doing the fight this weekend.
Well, he probably wants to punch him more than ever.
And so you're like, oh, I guess the all these legal fees, right?
Yeah.
Because it's going to cost Dillon Danis a lot of money in legal fees, but he's going to make it all back.
Right.
For the fight. So you're going, is this just cost of doing business?
Do you only get paid if you win?
No,
you get paid from all the promo
100%.
and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
And you start off, you go, okay, if we do this fight, we're both getting X number of $1 million. And if it goes this many rounds, for me, more money over here, more money. But there's always this like, we're leaving with something.
Right. Is it sort of like wrestling a little bit where they've got a whole game plan and some of this could just be them like just amping up the drama?
Well, I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but it went too far.
Yeah. They worked themselves into a shoot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it starts with one guy crossing a line and going further than the other guy intended, because that's what always happens, right? Because there's never, when you're working something out that's really just for promo.
Right. It's
not like you sit down with the other person and have a meeting and go, here's our plan and here's what we'll do. Right. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to go talk shit.
Right.
They're going to know it's for the fight.
It's understood.
Like, exactly. It all goes without saying, right? But then you go, oh, I'm going to just post a bunch of pictures of his girl with other celebrities.
That'll feed the fire.
Right. But then Logan goes, fire's too hot. Okay, it's too much.
How did Logan get back at him in any way?
So, no, because Logan can't, like, first of all, he can't fire back because Dillon Danis is pretty good at this Twitter stuff. Mm-hmm. But also, I mean, his girl can't be suing him if Logan is doing stuff that's just as bad.
I need to see what Dillon looks like. Is he attractive? Because this will change my whole feeling of it. Is he hot? Not that you think he's hot. Well, I think he's an attractive human being. Is he little?
He's not little.
He's a big boy.
And he's got an attitude.
Okay, well, I like that.
I know. I found a good.
You found a good picture. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm kind of into it.
So far, you think he's?
I mean, I love the tats.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but that was a good picture. I don't love it.
Okay. I like that you're deciding whose side you're on based on.
I think I'm going with Logan. I mean, I like that he's a bad boy. But there's some places he looks mangled, probably from his profession.
Yeah. That would be the fighting. His face looks
all busted, quite literally.
Well, yeah, the post-fight.
Yeah.
Sure. So you're.
I think I'm going for Logan.
Okay.
Yeah, way hotter.
Okay. Just based on pure aesthetics.
Yeah,
Hotness.
Yeah. And then his brother's still doing it too?
Yeah, his brother's going to be ringside.
Okay. And then, but this is boxing. We're not doing MMA, but Dillon happens to be an MMA fighter. That's going to be boxing.
Yeah, that's kind of the way they even the odds a little bit.
Okay.
Like when Logan Paul will box a professional MMA fighter who's dedicated his life to it, because still a good fighter, but not in boxing necessarily. Like he could box better than you or I, but like he's an MMA fighter. So boxing is not where, like, his stand-up boxing game.
I'm actually a really good boxer.
You think you beat Dillon Danis?
No. But I did, before I got hit by a car, that was like my favorite workout, was a boxing class.
Uh-huh.
I'm really good. I have my own gloves and everything.
Okay. I think they sell the gloves.
Yeah.
So, like, having boxing gloves
but I'm saying I bought them because I go to the class so often and work the bag, as they say.
That's been something you've been known for a long time.
Working the bag.
That's right.
I don't think I could do anything, but it's an amazing workout. I'm pretty good.
Boxing is?
Boxing is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then, so you must appreciate it even more when they go like 10 rounds.
Yeah, man. Because I'm tired after 3.
You are. Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I don't do it, but it seems exhausting.
I mean, maybe you'll do it with me one time.
I would do it.
You would try it with me?
Of course I would.
I think you'd like it.
You think so?
It's dark in the class too, so like you don't feel like everyone's looking at you.
I don't mind people looking at my body.
No, it's not about that, but like when you're first like learning,
right?
The different.
I don't mind starting from scratch.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of that. I'm new.
You are new,
right?
So you're like, whatever. If I don't know what I'm doing,
if this place wasn't welcoming to new people, then what kind of a class is it?
Yeah, you're the only person that I've ever offered to take me that has taken that stance.
People? Why would you go to if you're already good? Why are you going to class?
I mean, Matt came out with like bloody knuckles. I was like, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to bleed. This is a workout class."
Right. Oh, because he wanted to prove.
Yeah, and
look how hard I hit.
And I had a friend that just like quit because she was like, "I look like an asshole," and I was like, "Who cares? Like you're like you're sweating. It feels good. You're getting some aggression out."
Well, I mean, yeah. Who's ever gone to a? Nobody actually goes to a gym and assesses other people's weaknesses.
Yes, they do.
Who does that?
A lot of people do that.
And goes like, "Oh, that guy sucks."
Yeah, probably. I think I know a lot of people that feel that way. I not sucks, but like starts the comparison game. Like
because if you're just starting,
yeah,
nobody goes like, can you imagine somebody who goes to a gym going like, hey, I'm better than that guy who just started?
I feel like a lot of dudes do. I feel like a lot of guys that come in like, yeah, I could, even when they can't do shit. And they do it just like that. They're like, they make that exact sound.
I'm not talking about
They're like, Adrian! It's fucking full-blown Rocky.
No, I more mean people that are actually proficient in any sort of way are not going
normally
like, look how great I am. No. I'm better than somebody who just started.
No, it's usually someone who doesn't know what the F they're doing.
Exactly. Right. And if I'm sitting there worried that some douche is going to be like, oh, they're going to, think they're better than me? What do I care?
I think you would love it. I think we definitely need to go to boxing class together.
I'll start kicking the shit out of people.
Yeah, right? Feels really good.
It does?
Yeah. You just have to wait till my body's completely back because it's not.
Yeah, do you feel like if your body was whole and not, in the afterglow of getting run over by a bus, that you could defend yourself?
Oh, like in a fight? Like a street fight?
Not like I don't think it's going to go...
Why did I go right to street fight?
You mean like meeting outside after school?
Oh, meet me outside. How about that?
Yeah, no, I was not thinking that you'd end up in a street fight. More like if somebody were to like try to attack you, maybe like try to assault you, try to take a bag from you. Do you think? Street fight?
I don't know. I think I could hold my own, but I also feel like I've thought about that situation many times living in New York City.
Right.
And I feel like just like the shock and fear would take over.
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. Like I did have right after the pandemic. This was like maybe like a year ago. So it's not right after the pandemic, but as the pandemic was dying down, I went to walk my dog. It was late and I heard a bunch of boys. I don't know if I ever told you this. They were on bikes behind me and I was like, oh no, something doesn't feel right. Like my spidey sense was like kicking in. And there must have been like, this was like their joke. This was their prank that they were doing. And they had a big bag of garbage filled with, I don't even think it was garbage, felt like just like heavy stuff, and like lassoed it and threw it at me.
They threw a bag of garbage at you?
At my head.
What?
Yeah, I've had a rough year, man. I mean, I really have. Yes, and then
You're a lady.
I am a lady. I mean, sometimes. I
mean, from the outside looking in, you're a lady.
Yeah.
No, you can't throw a garbage bag at a lady.
They thought it was the funniest thing that had ever happened. It probably was from their perspective.
That's big of you that you're looking at it from their perspective and going like, well,
I kind of just was like, what the fuck? It was like more like that's why I worried that I'd be able to defend myself, because I think I go into more like shock, fight or flight, what the fuck mode, as opposed to, all right, take these bitches down.
Right.
Yeah. I got garbaged. Is that a thing? Is that like a prank people, like young boys like to play?
I've never heard of that.
That's bagger. Called bagging. Google it.
It'd be so cumbersome to walk around with a giant garbage bag with the expressed goal of throwing it at people.
Oh man, they were having a blast.
I mean, I remember spitballs. You just throw a spitball at somebody. That's kind of funny.
I would have much preferred a spitball to the garbage bag to the head. It was horrible. And like I'm the one who's like never afraid when I'm in the city. Like I'll walk anywhere, like somewhere that's considered dangerous, like late night. Like I don't care.
How did that serve you so far this year?
Not well.
Right.
Not well.
Right.
So yeah. So for a while I did not walk. Well, I also, Matt told me I walked in the wrong direction. He felt like I walked towards danger. Whatever that means.
You mean when the people on the bikes with the
like I was
bag?
walking towards a bad neighborhood, he felt.
Oh, well, where were you going?
I was just walking the dog.
Oh,
but I was letting
see.
him I wanted him to get a good walk. I maybe walked by a project or two. I mean, there was definitely like, but
they're
like,
around.
They're around. I mean, like, I'm not afraid. Like, this is my city.
To take a stand.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You should be afraid. You get bags of garbage thrown at you.
And run over by cars.
Yeah.
So maybe I should just leave New York City. Maybe it's not the place for me anymore.
No, maybe not. Maybe your lack of fear is not serving you well.
No, maybe I need a little bit more healthy fear.
Fear can be healthy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not fear. Sometimes it's your brain telling you
danger.
This is bad.
Yeah.
I always, whenever I travel, I like to go for like a walk around where the hotel is or whatever. Just walk around a new town. I like to do that, right? But there have been many times where like I'm walking and the energy just
doesn't
shifts.
Feel right.
Right. And I'm like, I'm turning around now. Like I don't need to prove to myself, no, man, you could do this. Because for what? Just to keep walking?
Wait, but are you walking around the new town to like survey the area?
No, just to no.
Not so
I
like
don't
you
care.
feel comfortable and like when like your event is over and dinner is over that you can like make sure that what's happening around you.
No, that's so weird.
Okay, I don't know.
Why do you do that?
No, but it sounded like you're like when I go to a new town, like I like to.
No, I like to just take a walk in a new area.
It's not to scope out.
No.
The sea?
No.
All right, that's the vibe I got. Sorry.
I like to take a walk in a new area.
Right.
Look around, like just get a feel for the town.
Right.
Look at the stores, look at the people, look at the restaurants. Hey, look at this place I haven't been to before. Oh, like, I think Cleveland, there's like a really good, cool looking hotel that's like a mall inside a hotel. There's all kinds of great stuff. But that's to say that whenever that thing.
Yeah, you feel it. I felt it. I felt the bike riders. I felt those effing boys.
Right. And it's not like anybody looks at you menacingly. It's not like, it's just an energy that shifts. And immediately it's like, I'm going to go in the other direction.
Yeah, I'm going to go away from here.
I do have some pride. I will try to look for a natural place to turn around, so like I don't just get to a corner and go right back the other way.
Turn around here, the loser, right?
Yeah. I don't want people to know.
Yeah, it was scary. It was a scary thing that happened. I don't wish
garbage bag.
Yeah, I didn't like that. It messed me up a little bit.
Yeah, did it feel violating?
I did feel violated, and I had a hard time for the next few days. But I mean, I'm okay now. But
isn't that wild? It probably was just teenage boys.
Yeah,
just being silly.
They were
there's no way they think this person is going to be affected for days.
Yeah, I was. Like it scared me.
And months later, I'm still kind of thinking about this scary thing that happened.
I never go in that direction anymore.
Right. Meanwhile, those kids are just like, oh yeah, I guess we used to throw garbage bags at people.
But then I was like, I went back upstairs and I was like, Matt, call the cops. He was like, what am I saying to the cops? Like I was like, call them. I want to get the surveillance, right? Like, 'cause there's street cameras.
There's bagging happening.
I don't know. And he was like, it's nighttime. You're not gonna see. We're gonna see like a bunch of boys with no faces. Like you're not gonna see.
Right.
But I wanted them to pay for the bagging.
Yeah, they should have paid for the bagging.
Right?
Yeah. They didn't.
They didn't. They probably went and bagged a few more girls.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I mean, but would it have made you feel better just to like file a police report or something?
I don't know. Nothing made me feel better. So
Right.
maybe that would have because I didn't do that.
Yeah, I remember like early on in the pandemic where it was like, I'm pretty sure I was still wiping down packages, like weird.
Yeah,
like it was weird for a while.
It was so weird.
This was pre-mask glove era.
Oh,
when it was just like, what are we doing?
We'd get to the front door of my apartment and I'd make everyone strip down naked.
Right.
I'd let everyone keep their underwear on. But then I was like, get in.
Yeah.
And leave this out here. We're going to put this in a garbage bag and throw it directly into the wash.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird.
It was weird.
To spit, sorry.
See, that would have bothered me in early pandemic, but now I love it.
We're good.
We're good now. Yeah, it was like, some mail came.
Okay.
I'm going to move the packages to the garage. wash my hands, and in 3 days I'll open the packages.
Oh, is that how long you needed for
Of course, for all the
to be killed?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But like, I woke up one morning, and I guess I had forgotten to lock the car in the driveway.
Oh no!
And like, both of our cars, the doors were wide open, and everything was just thrown about. And they'd come in and like. And, you know, it's not ultimately that big of a deal. It's just like they come in, they
feel violated.
But you feel it, right?
Did they take anything special to you or like important or money or anything?
No, there's like cash, but it's not like, you know, there might, if there was $100 in there, I'd be surprised.
Why do you have cash?
Why do I have cash?
Like in your car. My friend said that the other day, that they got cash taken out of their car. Like, who just keeps cash?
Well,
like,
if you go to, you got to park, you need cash.
No. You don't need cash.
No?
I feel like the world operates for the most part, cashless now. Yes, every once in a while, but I would never leave it in my car.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
What?
It's not there anymore.
No, it's not.
Got robbed.
It did.
I had to learn my lesson the hard way.
You did.
But then it was also like, because it was the pandemic, it was like, oh, well, should we wipe down these doors?
Yeah.
What if the robbers also were sick?
Did they spray coronavirus in here?
And then we got to call the police.
Yeah.
To examine the situation.
What did you do? Please tell me you didn't spray down the whole car. You did.
No, we wiped. There was wipes.
There was some wipes. The Lysol action.
Wipes were used. And then, but I'll tell you, we went back on the Ring cam.
Oh.
And I went, oh my God, there it is.
You saw them?
Because my across the street neighbor, they were like, oh yeah, last night around like 3 o'clock in the morning, our light came on outside our house. The sensor, like the light came on, and we just saw people running away. And I'm like, yeah, asshole. They ran right across the street to our house.
Yeah. Did you call him an asshole?
No, I was thinking it, though.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't.
I was thinking it, though.
It's not a very neighborly thing to do.
No, and they didn't mean to chase them.
Was there two people?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like 2 or 3, I think. And then at first it was like, I had like I think I'd left like a fanny pack in there because I had been wearing a fanny pack.
Big fanny pack guy.
Uh-huh. And, so, like, I had, like, my ID and stuff like that in there. And I was like, oh, man, they just grabbed the fanny pack. But
because they were like, shit, we got Not Sam's fanny pack.
Right. But guess what?
What?
They didn't know I was a celebrity of any kind. They just, all the stuff that they took, they just threw. They just kept the cash and threw everything. But I felt like my next door neighbor in the bushes, he was like, we found some of your stuff in our bush. And I was like, oh, they just threw the stuff in the bush.
He doesn't watch Satisfying podcast because you just straight up did a horrible impersonation of him.
Well, that's what he sounds like.
Does he?
It's actually a pretty good impression. We found some of your stuff in the bush.
Oh no! I apologize if he's offended you.
I was like, thank you, give it to me. I don't want to start a whole conversation, but thank you, give it to me.
Wow,
I gotta leave. I gotta go.
You don't want to be friends. You're not a neighborly guy. You don't want to be friends with people around like the hood?
I don't not want to be friends, but I want a friendship to be
brief.
No, not brief. I just need it to be based on more than geography.
Right. You want them to stay in their bubble and you to go back to your bubble that you've created.
But if we have similar interests and have things in common.
How do you know unless you talk to them?
I don't mind talking to them. But then if it's not there, it's not there. Like, just
what if Jess invites them over? Are you going to retreat to the bedroom to watch television because you're done with them?
Yes.
I was like,
yes, I think I will.
Yeah.
I think I absolutely will. Well, Nicole, this has been great.
Don't ever leave me.
I never will.
Okay, good. Because it's up in the air whether my husband will, but I feel like you won't.
I won't.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay, good.
I'll always be here.
Love you.
And I hope you'll always be here, too.
I'll always be here.
I hope all of our people will always be here.
Satisfied as fuck right now.
Just being satisfied. Now, look, we are going to be moving over to a different YouTube channel. Maybe we'll get everything together and look after next week
Is that
to
possible?
make the movement.
I hate saying this because now it's recorded that I'm saying it, but like you're sort of the boss, so you can let me know when we're doing that. But I'm down for it to be next week, the week after, like ASAP.
Yeah,
I'm stoked. I want it. I want that gone. Not because I don't love Not Sam.
You want your own thing.
I want our own thing.
You want it to feel like you're not a guest.
Right.
You're at home.
Right.
And I want you to feel that way
Thank
too.
you.
And we will.
Okay.
So I think maybe next week we'll get everything in order.
Yeah.
And then next week we'll make the big formal. Here's where to find us on social. Here's where to find us on YouTube. Here's where the Satisfying podcast will live for all eternity.
Amen.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. Is there anything you want to alert the people of?
No, just pray for me to get through this week because I got a lot on the schedule. Thank you.
I would have told you not to.
I know you would.
I feel like for years I've been telling you like you do too much. What are you doing all
Long
this for?
before babies, I'm just a glutton for fucking punishment.
What are you doing? Why don't you stay home?
Who
You
I
got a
am.
beautiful home.
You do.
Well, you can come to my home.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime. Or just come to the studio.
I'll be back next week.
Enjoy yourself. I'll be back next week. You'll be back next week. We'll see you then. Thank you, everybody.